Hello and welcome back. This time I want to create my own blade guard. The original ones, they are not really doing it for me. The description is: Blade guard veterans are inexorable warriors, advancing relentlessly with blade held high, the very image of noble knights of myth. Where are the blades? So I don't like the kit, and I don't like the pose and the whole appearance. And if you are carrying your pistols like this, you are obviously compensating for something. So instead I choose the Deathwing Knights, even though they have Terminator armor, and the normal blade guard would not have that. But who cares? And the sprues are very similar. This is one of them. Here's another one. As you can see, there's a variation of different heads here. And they all have the weapon choice. You can either have the swords, which they should have, or the power maces that are included here. And I thought maybe I can do 3 of them as the blade guard, the veterans, and one as chapter ancient in Terminator armor, since, well, obviously they do have Terminator armor, so I could make that model while I'm on it as well. Familiar instructions, so you can have different options and build the model in different ways. So there are a lot of parts to play around with. And the first model is coming together. It's not exactly as was in the description, so I picked a different arm because this brings the whole body more together. The original one had the shield arm much more open. Here's you see that the left arm here, the shield is more to the side, and there are 2 of those who have this more open pose, and I wanted to have that more together and more compact. So that's the guy with the halo, so he is supposed to be the leader of the pack, sort of. I think there's a sergeant. It's going to be this one. And the other 2 will probably have a little bit more relaxed pose, and I will try to pick all the parts that would hopefully complement the whole idea. In addition to the main bodies, there's of course a lot of all those small parts that really want attention. That's a lot of cleaning to do, and those are lots of arms here, and they are a little bit different. So if you try to do what I'm doing here, just build the models the way you want and not just according to the manual, you have to look a little bit. Like here we have one lower arm which is connected here, and they are not all the same. Like this flex tube for the power connector, they are a little bit different, and so you have to look at which angle and which upper arm and lower arm actually go together. And it's a little bit the same with the legs. They have little pegs or something, and not every leg fits to every body, so there's a little bit of either selecting or just sanding helps. So it works, but there is a little bit of detail to have a look into. But then you can pose things like this one here, would have the sword a little bit across his chest, like somehow like this, and this one here would point much more towards the outside, so that depends a little bit on what kind of pose you would like to have. So there are options and variations here, and there's one more. So yeah, very flexible kit. And here you go. This is the team. So I added a flag, so this one here could be the Ancient, or the Ancient and Terminator armor, whatever is needed. The three guys in the center here, that would be the Blade Guard as I wanted to have them. And there's one in addition in case that is needed. Yeah, they are really looking like you cannot pass, right? I'm really happy with how they look. So next step would be get a primer on them. I started the painting now, and yeah, it's obviously a black armor because Raven Guard, and I added red for, yeah, what you could call the decoration, you know, the tabards and maybe some of the shoulder pads, I'm not sure yet, and like the small shields and things like that. And for the trim, I'm trying to do something a little bit more old and ancient, something in bronze, and maybe add some verdigris later on to make that a little bit less shiny and a little bit more worn and old, and as you would expect with these old veteran uniforms and armors that they would probably look like. For the trim I used Rune Lord brass. I don't like that very much. I always struggle to get some decent result out of that. And it's always messy because I do it. Maybe I just, it's very old, I don't use it very often, or I didn't stir it up very well, I don't know, but yeah, it should at least give the color that I want, and once I put some verdigris on it, I think that should look quite. Now all the metals are done. Silver for the swords and brass color for the trim on the shoulder pads and things like that. So I think that works pretty good together with the red cloth and the other red details. So now I'm going to pick out all the other small parts, like the daggers that they have, the purity seals and all those little things, the cords that are holding these little trinkets that they have, the daggers, the handles, and all those little details all over the models. So it's a lot of back and forth with different colors now to, yeah, find all the details, and I overlook them all the time, so I have to go back and forth quite a lot. But yeah, it's just working back and forth over the models until I found everything. I choose hooded heads, and there were some with complete faces, as the other ones have half masks or this eyepiece for whatever, night vision or something. So that's pretty much the limit of what I can do, like getting under those hoods and paint faces, and I'm not struggling with eyes here. That's a little bit beyond of what I can do. And after a lot of detail painting and adjusting smaller things, here we go. We have Blade Guard veterans. Or the upgraded version of Blade Guard veterans, up to 5 models in one group, I think. And you can have one ancient accompanying them. And of course they are still in Terminator armor, so you can use them as Terminators as well. Kind of flexible, and yeah, I just like the way they look, and whatever role they play on the battlefield is not so important, I think. But I like the way they came out. And here we have the guys with stolen shields. They are actually from the Custodes range, but I think they look really good on these guys, so I just stole them. And at least the main group, the Blade Guard, the 3 guys, have those shields now.